Okay guys, so let's start new prediction for next week and quick recap for last week. This is the monthly, so go for the 4-hour chart. We ended up here, here. Prediction was we're gonna see a spike to the upside and immediately reversal to the downside. Perfectly execution. I was biased to the downside, so if the short, you pretty much enjoy this big ride. My target was around 390 and it came even touched the 385. This is the second partial. It almost touched the red line. I would love it good, but it touched instead the Fibonacci level, so I just had to wait. Right, so if you took it, you can see the big volume coming on the downside. So nice one. Pretty much the prediction on all the sector of stocks I talked about was correct. So now let's try to predict next week. So first, monthly. What do we see on the monthly graphs? That we had the rejection and the long-term prediction is sideways move. Sideways doesn't mean it couldn't reach this area. It could, but it would mean we're probably gonna see something like this before the stock market decided what to do. It can go either high or low. At the moment, just say I want to go sideways. So I want to take out all the stop losses below those numbers and above my head. So sideways accumulation or distribution phase, even though that trend still to the downside. So in the longer term, I'm biased to the downside. This is for more for investors and less for day trade. You can see that the 380 it almost reached. It could probably next week it will reach. Remember that I think what's the date? Yes, next week is the next week is the third week expiration of option, and there is a big option week. So see a nice volatility on Monday, Tuesday, and coming lower on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Because there is still a lot of puts below the 390, and so probably the market won't let them enjoy profit and try to stay above, but it could mean that we could spike down and then move to the upside. Just looking at it and think what could be. Let's go for it and see how it looks. And this is what worries me. We knew that this is the trend, and you see how it reacted to it. It tried to break. We saw that this was a false break. And see, this is a big candle with a big volume. So this candle, where it is earlier, was this one. A big red candle with a big volume. Just say to everybody, I'm here. So doesn't look that good, even though still you see it as a Wyckoff movement distribution accumulations. Could move to the downside. This is the 200. Could reach to the 373, 372. Touched it and then decided to move up in longer term swing trader, but doesn't look that good because it broke inside to the trend. So sellers now in control. They put a lot of effort inside. Let's say this is the 390. Go back to the 4-hour chart. This they push. They gave a lot of volume. Break inside. So could mean next target we could at 377, 360 even. So good, very interesting. What do we see on the 4-hour chart? Do we see divergence? There is no divergence, so still momentum is downside, negative here. Could make a reversal and later see where it can go and continue the downside. In here, we're gonna touch here this level of the volume and try to spike them out, take out all the stop losses up again to the 90 and above. So things still think this week not gonna be a lot of more. This is the area, you can see it here, the 380. You can see there's a lot of volume and interest here. Next target should be around those area. This is some gaps left behind, and remember, market doesn't like gap, want to fill them. You can see the volume here again on the daily. See the big volume coming down and breaking inside the trend. This indication not that market. Just a sec. Sorry guys, my kid. So big volume, not that good. And you can see the volume coming up, the movement of the downside we did. So not a lot of people like this move, but is what it is. Let's go for the 1 hour chart and see how it goes. In 1 hour chart, if we make it smaller, I talked about the movement to the upside. This is the break. Now it's a downside. So not just taking, let's take the Fibonacci level and potential move. Touch the 385 and could mean just a reversal to the upside because bounce of buying. You can see volume when it touched the 385, but the potential is the 375. This is the area of the movement. And we could see here the 380 again, a lot of potential. So now let's check the algorithm, what it tells us. There is a power to the upside. It again to the 391. It touched the 385, 384, and this is the area of reversal. So yeah, it reversal potential again 70, 75. The moment it seems that it wants to make a reversal to the upside to the area of 391, but the longer term trend is lower. So probably push to the upside and reverse, and then let's see if 85 can hold it. The moment is that if it want to make a reversal and break the 400, 380, bring more buyers, and then try first back. Let's see. Trend down, big volume. Don't try to fight trend. So yeah, you can see a spike to the upside, then went to 90. And I'm gonna check it how it reacts to this 90. Change of trend. Don't see it yet, but I will look for indication of change of trend. The momentum try to be here positive, but this is divergence. Maybe buyers will come again 90 and put it up, but at the moment it's going to be very hard for them. Let's go for the Qs and see there. Probably the same. The Qs is much weaker, even though there is a small divergence. A little bit one to the upside. Same goes here. Probably want to touch the 386, maybe lower. Let's go for monthly and see how it looks. You can see it much stronger, even though we have this green star. It's not a star, but the next the hammer. So resting on the 287, this is Fibonacci level. So can it hold? Lots of people probably waiting for the 280 here, but again, all downside to area 7 to 65. Let's see how it goes. You can see engulfing candle, and this doesn't look that good. Dolphin candle just indicate version of momentum, long sign with big volume. What can help the buyers? Lot of buying opportunity here, 272 to 80, 60. So they probably will try to average down the risk. The Qs seem a little bit weak compared to the buying upside. It also reached to the 287, which is the reversal area, but the reversal area from test point up and then continue downside. So yes, I can see already coming over. Let's go for Tesla. That is interesting. We saw the break here. We saw the move action. It was amazing. Being perfect end target of 173. So it 195, 200, 170, 173. Managed to enjoy a big portion. And now it can reverse. You can see that it grows, so it make a reversal and then continue downside. And yes, I'm hoping it switch to the 147, even lower, close the gap, then try to decide to move upside. But it seems that where it is on the last Friday, did a nice push upside. You can volume here, much volume, bounce off it and not break it. Because if it break it, definitely out looking back. So if the buyer can commit, this is line candle, nothing there yet. Even though there is a cross, I will wait, see how it reacts to the go for, you can see how it looks on the weekly, not that good. So even though it's resting on Fibonacci level, why not just going for the 147 there, close the gap and then try to move upside. See a lot of volume there. So maybe the sellers think there are a lot of below the 140, 145, a lot of stop losses below the 160. So why not reach there, take them out, and then decided upside if at monthly how it looks. Did it engulf it? Let's check open close. The close 20571, open 206, and this open 17090, close 170. Yeah, it engulf, open and the close. Doesn't look that good for Tesla. Reach to the 150 just because it's a round number. If lower, spike it and decide what to do. Daily, I know it's resting it. I wanted to close the gap. I think lots of people try to see in closing the gap. So probably make some reversal and then downside. It won't break it. Valid side on the but you can see momentum is negative, negative, everything. Why not just decide if we 1 hour chart and see how it looks there? You can see the flag. This is the flag. So maybe just here like this. Cross, try to spike up and then moving down. I know this is after hour. Same here. So why not? Here you can see both ways. So wait for the opening. Wait for the how it goes. There is, I think, the divergence there. Let's check. High 687. This is 9. So there why not go 170 again? Big volume for buyers, taking them out downside. Big momentum, even though it's far away from the 200s. In order to clear the divergence, break the 185 and I don't power. not yet. Could move 181. Next target 192. But 192 also 181 and then downtrend. This is at the moment. Let's go for Apple. Apple exactly did a break to the upside and made flash to the downside. It was very easy. But see how it goes. The momentum started to be positive while the pricing is down. So the divergence of the price and the strength of. So it means that buyers put a lot of pressure to hold the price and let it move slowly down. Very careful, it could touch here and spike to the upside. A nice movement of Wyckoff phase. Very careful, this is spike to the upside, this is spike to the downside. Just wait, let smart money to decide what to do and enjoy the ride. There is no divergence here. They tried to the upside failed. Very careful if we had another break to the downside, downtrend. That's how look daily. It just touched the 200, spike a little bit up with nice volume, just probably automated order. So you can see the Wyckoff here. Try to spike immediately first, not that good. There is lurking. So I think it tried to move sideways and then rejected for 150 downside. Let's go for NVDA. NVIDIA, another nice prediction. I didn't like it because it's dusted, so it needs to move a little bit to the downside, resting, close some gaps, and then try to decide what to do. There's a lot of hypes around it because of the AI world, but people don't know what to do with it. The market is down, and NVIDIA still is showing some strength. Break here, probably reach the 200 is far from it. Do we see a divergence? We don't see a divergence. Failure. We saw the momentum is weakening here. So then no go with NVIDIA because it's sideways. I don't like trade sideways. And but if we see some divergence here, now this is down, so this is a nice enter, but I want it to rest and then resume trend of a big failure. If we go to the 1 hour chart, let's see how it looks there. Broke the 200, it's resting. Probably could make a continuation and closing 10 gap. Interesting. Taking the market to the downside. Do we have a break of trend? Could see a break of trend, but the same goes to the upside and then fail. So it could just move here, making divergence. So there and then continue lower. Just the extension of Fibonacci. Something here. Then want to go there. It's something like this move. Very interesting for NVIDIA. Let's go for MRNA. MRNA sideways move. I don't like it at the moment. There you can find some be a nice entry. So at the moment, see a little bit, even though momentum start to be positive, I do see it coming to the 180 again in the longer term for investors, about weeks, like. But at the moment, for day trade swings, careful of MRNA. It knows for spiking down and then moving up, spiking up and then down. Very careful with it. There is no big divergence there yet, so let's move A. BA again to the upside, crashing to the downside. Nothing new. See the sideways move. The market doesn't know what to do, how to read and interpret all the data. So don't know what to do. Price will move lower. This is my sense. You don't know. The market doesn't know what to do. It will go lower because it has infinite power to go sideways. So it could push downside, close some gaps it had. If we check it daily, with BA we knew the lower, it just jump on Fibonacci level. So just close below it and red close it. Next target here, next target at 170, closing, touching the 200, releasing some steam, then resume trend. At the moment, there's no urgency yet, so I could making a red candle of continuation, volume of buyers coming out, so a lot of stop losses here, so very careful with stop losses. Check it on the week, see how it goes. You can see sideways move. Goes a little bit below, it will 170. I think a lot of people waiting, you already crossed there. So guys, let's go for what we talk. Let me check something. No, this is gold and oxy. Gold, didn't like the gold much. Why I didn't like it? It's moved to the downside. I would love it to touch it and then move to the downside, but it gives red candle here down. And I know it will reverse, but this is a big reversal with a big momentum, with a big spike. So something is happening. If gold is pushing to the upside, and it will put 180 again. But if it puts lots of power with a lot of volume, and you can see this is a 2 candle of big volume. Don't see it much in the 4-hour chart here. Check it. Don't see it. See only one red, one orange, one red, and it here. This is 1, 2, and continue down. So when you see both of them, meaning I want to move to the upside, and what does it tell us? It break the trend, it break the divergence, so there's no divergence to the downside. What does it tell us about the market? Market lower, could be very careful with it. I would see look on the weekly, moving the upside again to 180, and then see what it wants to do. There is no divergence. The trend, it is big gaps, but I don't know how gaps handle with the gold ETF, so I don't bet him that much, but he could reach to the 177, close this gap, and then try to move over. Big volume, see the candle, high, low, if open above, upside could be very interesting. Let's look on the oil like in Oxy. Oxy is sitting on the 60 too much. Decide what to do. A big volume, and it broke below, so I do think it will break the 58 and move downside. Let's check it here. Yes, it broke, so next target reach, and I'm waiting it 354, and then maybe this is false break to the upside. Now it will go lower. There is a divergence, so very interesting to see how it breaks the 58. If it won't break the 58 and it already the upside, it could make a spike again to the upside. I'm biased to the downside, but I will wait for it to break the 58 area and to see how it take out all the stop losses and then flash to the downside. Be very careful with it. So let's sum it up, guys, and see. SPY and Qs coming back inside the trend with big volume. Gold moving up doesn't look that good. There is a lot of rumor about banks and what happened on Thursday and Friday with how it called SIVP. So could make a lot of volatility in the market, so be very prepared for it. There is a lot of option on Friday this week, so you're gonna see a lot of movement on Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, and then some relaxation on Thursday, Friday to adapt accordingly. End price, I do see it move downside and then relaxing above the top price of the option. But if we collapse, and I'm waiting for it, the trend, remember, is still down, false break, big volume to the downside, inside the trend, so could be in a continuation, so very careful with it. Reach to the 380. I do see some reversal for the inside trader, intraday trader, sorry, but momentum at the moment to 80, 377. So thank you guys. I hope it was helpful, give you some insight, and of course, do your own and this is just for entertainment. So have a good weekend and luck, guys. Bye.